There we go. All right, this is our final match of the day, guys. It's match 4, Slavs versus Pondegard. Bands are Shenji and Falconetti winners. It is Heilung Fjord, and we are getting into the game.
Absolutely. Let's see. I think touching on the unit compositions, definitely all blue units right now.
Mm-hmm. No surprises there.
Yeah, no surprise there for till next week anyway.
Exactly.
But I do want to see kind of this defensive strat of these double golds. Kind of really does show that that full A B defend mentality. Or whether they're going to do for that half strat where they're going to have a few of those, and it does look like it. I only see 4 or 5 people with double golds, and on the attacker side, I only see 3 or 4 units. On the attack side, you do need to maintain those units a little bit longer, so it does make sense that they wouldn't go too many double golds, but relatively similar.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm seeing, again, lots of ranking as the front line. Of course, also Imperial Shields, even a Huskar unit there for bombastic. Houndsman on the defender side, 3 Zicalian. That's a lot of Zicalian, so that'll be interesting to see. I know Pondegard likes those. After being actually, like, once upon a time, Pondegard was known for, or NA as a whole was known for not playing range units until they faced Zicalian missioning and destroyed by it. So now they've decided to pick up some ranged, actually for a couple of seasons, of course. But yeah, so
only the one Chev,
Chevalier. There are definitely more Chef in the lineup, so we'll see.
So I'm kind of wondering what the strat is with that, because that's a full melee push. That's hoping. I'm thinking that it might be a zoo or a circus kind of push or hold from Pondegard, but we'll see. Get into it. Let's have a look.
Right. Here it is, guys. Heilung Fjord once again. And we are off to the races. All right, full A push.
With the 4 or 5 heroes over on B. Sending the units back. A few of those units back, right, aren't they? But yeah, it looks like Pondegard got that covered with 4 or 5 heroes on here. And then the full melee on the gate push. Now, I don't like the melee gate push. They are pushing the ram just in case, though. Just in case they do delay that, and then you have to wait for the ram just in case they shut that behind you. A lot of jabs, and they're working on this breach. Breach will go down relatively quickly.
And meanwhile, the gate at B is open, and there's 5 players there from Slavs, so they're definitely trying something different. They're slowly checking it out. And Beautiful Rise and Gothingatura are also there. Pondegard not rotating anything so far.
They do have the units here for a small B push if you want to. Actually, that's a rotation called already. That was just to kind of secure the B and make sure there wasn't any cover around there. And 1 Chevaliers that Pondegard do have are actually on B. I don't particularly like them as a rotational unit. You've got your retinue that's really slow, so I don't like them being sat on B when they could be here on A. Again, it's probably what is the big push. This should already been called out. Those retinues, I wouldn't really have them. I'd actually probably have a different unit, maybe a Shield Maiden there or something, but they're already being moved, so this call's been made.
Yeah. Well, you can see the first
breach push here.
Yeah. First trap's going to fly in. Breach push is for the first time. We actually see a first breach push there.
I want to see how they handle this group. So one of the big things about breach is getting pushed back to that breach hole. Not many trebs can hit there, and it's where the Pondegard can adequately, keep that resupplied so that the Slavs don't get in there.
Okay.
And a few people coming around. Flames are moving now. This is where we start to see. So the 1 unit at a time is where it starts getting really valuable.
Exactly. Slavs is doing something that teams are often doing on wall fort. Meanwhile, Slavs are rotating to the B. 5 or 6 of them, actually. I'll follow them. You stick with the gate, but that'll be interesting.
So I don't like this push from Pondegard. It is working adequately against Slavs.
Slavs is definitely being smart here. They're not moving at the gate right. Yeah, they have 4-5-man group right now at the B. No one from Pondegard there. Look at this, and they will have set up quickly. This is very interesting. This is a new strategy here, right there, right now.
This is that innovation we were talking about, wasn't it?
Exactly. Meanwhile, Jetly rushing to the supply. I wonder if Slavs will interrupt that as well. 5 heroes here. They have to face off against 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Vanguard have to deal with B very, very quickly. They did
Oh,
get
drop
past the
that. That's a
3-quarter
good
cap.
pickup. Yeah, good pickup from Slav. They got the first kill. That's an advantage right there. Bond guard may over rotate to the B side now. Slav's finally pushing to the A gate. Can you check what A gate is going on?
Yeah, I'm currently on A.
Good.
Currently watching this. This is a good Treb, actually, good Treb area. Oh, it's got rotational fortes. They're really out rotating them. So it's what these
Yeah,
Hussars can do into the fortes.
I'm just going to drop because Bond guard is totally clearing up the B side. So if Slavs is not doing anything else on the A, B almost got fully capped, but they've totally cleared it up now. They're coming back
really,
to A.
really clever play. I really, really enjoyed that. That was a good, innovative kind of strategy. It comes to Chev, so this is going to be trying that hold on A. I don't see too much, apart from a few Imperial Pike Guards coming from Guards, and not too many units. I mean, they get that block on that supply, so they just need to work together on these heroes. The Shield Maidens are doing absolute work on this point. I'm not gonna lie. Wow. The pike charge into the cav, it does look like it's clean up. Try and save as many units as you can, but those retinues are dead. Raiders come in this cav.
There's
That
Scatterfax
was a
coming
very,
in.
very good strat.
Those are clearing up, yeah.
But one of the big things there was Pongod didn't lose too many units by the looks of it, in all fairness. A few people on units gone, but Slavs have all lost their first unit, apart from a few Chevaliers on there and the retinues.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 3.5 minutes left right now. Slavs are pushing in at the A gate right again. Something that we have to point out though is that the B is almost fully capped. So this means that Bondegard has to keep someone there at all times, and we can see in the Modao Grace there. So that's something that Bondegard will have to deal with. All right, A fight going on right now. Take it away, Heather.
Absolutely. So we're pushing in from the front, and we've got this the side push from Pongod. This can really be devastating. But look at how many cav is coming through this with the units and behind them. This is actually going to destroy a lot of heroes. Like the retinue damage, even though they're green across them, they'll do a lot. But these cataphracts coming in with the Zars. So it depends whether they've got the anti-cav there. You see a few Zars getting cancelled there by the heroes. It's actually insane, but there's still no block on this back supply, so there is going to be units steadily driven. But I do think that's a big hero deficit, so I don't think that's going to be taken. But there's a few shield maidens and the odd hero around about here, but there's actually no units from Podgod here, so this does look like it's going to be an A take and a very quick B take actually. So them capping that 90% actually going to be really quick, and it's actually going to be beneficial. And they've caught out some Forta Brachios as well, so after that really bad trade from that first push, this is actually what Slavs wanted to see, and they didn't lose too much, especially the big units, so the Chevaliers.
Yeah, absolutely. Leader for Rachu and I wanted to go back in with the Chevaliers, but he decided to do differently. Luckily for him, because this units were almost called out at the B. But Bondegard is now full retreat. Slavs already on a C point. So they're definitely going quickly there. Berserkers from Critical, they're going to have to pull back these as well. Looks like Bondegard will set up at home point right there.
Yeah, they're kind of half and half in it here, I think. I don't know whether this is just the Chevaliers just trying to get a curse. I think they're actually just trying to protect that retinue unit. They need to really protect their units cost now. This hero does look like he was trying to go for one pass out. I don't know why he's doing that. And the same for these heroes, actually going for these retinues. That's actually really good value for a few hero devs, especially if they just capped A and B. They're going to cap C before Berserker. I don't like this. Sometimes that can mess up your spawn. But it does give you that extra time, and it does force them to go home as well.
Yep, exactly right. Yeah, and very interesting. So we talked about this before the match. Bondegard wanting to fight at 15, we could see it right there. And Slavs definitely with a strategy here to not fight at 15. And it's already brought them results here, capping the A point, capping the B point, capping the C point. And they now have almost 7 minutes time to get that final point. Very curious looking at the units, what they've got left, because those fights didn't come easily.
Absolutely, but you see the standard jabs on the hill. That's just it's not very valuable to do this. It's actually better to do this when they're coming off of supply. You're just gonna have a big bulk of units there. You're barely gonna hit anything even in the back for that crit damage. But we've got the heavy halberdiers here with a few palace guards. These aren't super anti-cav units. I mean, all of the anti-cav is actually on that backside, which I don't like. Forte's in that position, not really the most valuable. Actually, popping them back on the home point would probably a little bit better, and the outriders as well. See
Yeah,
what I can
Pawn
do.
Guard definitely very aggressive with Sakalian, with Javelin Sergeants, just trying to perhaps just buy time. Just make them sit on the supply for a bit longer, take a few more seconds of the clock. Because they're gonna need every second. They know playing against Wings Club for the third place in the CBL, how important any second can be. So definitely something that Pawn Guard is familiar with. Alright, we got a Dual Blade in the back, body fast trying to annoy the shit out of Pawn Guard. Pawn Guard trying to chase him down, but they won't be able to get him.
So something I've just noticed with slabs is they are doing that 50-50 actually. So they're going to force Pawn Guard to half and half at least. So that it looks like it could be either a mainstairs or even a backstairs pushing actually here with the shield mages and the big shields. But Pawn Guard actually opt in for this untroubled spot and the hill with majority of the units and heroes, which I personally prefer just because it gives you that open space.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they definitely need to move these forward pressures here, 100%.
Yep. Oh, look at this though. Bodyfest playing around Pawn Guard here, just killing off some Sakalian militia there on the back without him getting away as well. Slavs are creating chaos, man.
Absolutely. I mean, I do take it back about these jabs, about firing them on. They're getting a lot of kills on these retinues, which over that fight, oh, hang on, a big battle coming
Hang
in.
on, yep, right here.
Holy shit! I think Pawn Guard didn't. I think Slavs didn't really say go, and Pawn Guard really, took advantage of that indecisiveness.
It actually looks like Pawn Guard just punished a couple of the Slavs players for being too aggressive. They were trying to create a lot of chaos. It worked really well, but until now, although Pawn Guard may have gone a bit too aggressive on this, pushing into the trap. Slavs, though, they seem to not really want to go yet.
Absolutely. I mean, this is poor decision making on their part. I mean, you do want to set your teams up very, very, very well. It looked like a bit of an indecisiveness away from that backside. I mean, I don't know whether they got wiped. I didn't see anything about where those units was. We got some Wolf of Fenrir's just on the supply points, weirdly enough, as well. Not bringing them back, and it does look like maybe that unit advantage is starting to swing Pawn Guard's way, but we can only see for now. There's not many units actually on the Pawn Guard side on Pawn Guard side in regards to there's two sets of medals, some heavy helps, some fortes and some palace guards and a few javs in mixed in there with some outriders as well. But not too much action actually. I'm surprised about the indecisiveness in fairness.
Yeah, totally. And then it's interesting to see that Slavs, they're trying to set up some kind of flank, I feel like. They're always grouping a couple of guys in the center, going to the left. But it's Fort Bracho, it's Village Watchman. It's not the units that you probably want to have on the flank there. They also got some Berserkers there, though, so those are the units that you want to have to use when you're flanking. But Slavs, of course, they have time, right? They only need to do one good push. All they need to do is set up well, get the units they want, find the players in the position that they want. And we could see they picked up some Kazakali militia, which is a very crucial unit.
So here comes this half push.
Yeah.
Here comes this half push. Still getting that halfway around the back. There's only one unit of shield mages that actually needs to be on the front line here.
Yep.
And these jabs are picking up some really insane value, actually.
Yeah, they're making contact now in the center as well. Trap is going to fly in, but they're engaging in the center. Slavs is getting the hill. Pawn Guard pushing them back into the center. Now the question is if these Slavs can take some space here.
So they've taken some space from the backside, but it's against some medals into these shields, and these palace guards are actually going to wipe them. But they're starting to win from that hill. Did I see some flames there, actually? Yeah,
those are flames
from the red side. That's actually going to really work. I don't see any commitment from actually Pawn Guard. So these flames are actually going to tear up. And all I'm seeing is Slav units right here right now. With not many things. It's these Fort Brashers that's coming out over late. And the flames, a little bit out of position. We've got some ball boys on there as well.
Ball boys and flames are going to be taken out now, though. With new Fort Russia coming in on Slav side, it feels like Slavs are dropping the heroes more quickly this time around. Although in the back,
so these wolf boys actually can actually win this for them. But some ball boys and some IPGs there as well, with one set of palace guards and Fort Bretters on the back.
Yeah, Fort Braccio set up in the front right there. Pakistan is trying to interrupt that, but the Fort Braccio are there, so it's going to be harder for Pawn Guard to get back onto the point. But they have some units on the left there. You got Palace Guard, they got Fort Braccio trying to clear out that center, once again, Slavs trying to get on the point, is going to be hero for hero by now because lots of units are gone.
Yeah, see, I actually don't see much hope here from Slavs. Those flames really needed to do a little bit more work, and in fairness, Ponkard didn't deal with them. Oh, actually, the cataphracts over the point with the follow the commander that could get some much needed damage. I'm still not seeing a lot from Slavs though. I can see the fortes from Ponkard and then Riders.
Slavs just used the pike event as well. Maybe not at the best time. They may have wanted to save it, but it was a good clear there for the units that were there. So right now it feels like more units from Slavs, but it is all very close. The Kali and Militia coming in from Pontguard, they're going to clear up those Imperial pikes. And there's definitely more Pontguard here now than Slavs, but Slavs respawning, hopefully soon for them. Another unit being picked out on the supply point. It's going to be close. 1 minute left. I can see some Chevaliers coming in for Slavs all the way in the back.
These Chevaliers, I don't understand where they was. They should have been right there on that front line. Actually, with those flames, actually would have done a lot of damage, especially with those probably those frames on the back. But in fairness, I do think this is a Pontguard win, unless
it definitely feels like it. Slavs is on the timer now. 30 seconds. They're going to need about 30 seconds to just cap it, and Pontguard is defending very aggressively. Chevaliers have to go all the way around. Imperial shields, they're good for tanking, but they're not going to clear this up.
No, so someone obviously doesn't know how to play Chevaliers on this map. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep, we saw that one.
That's a pretty poor showing.
Yep. Probably worth out of time.
Actually, so Pontguard need to pad their stats there. They want those ends of season kind of names in that book, right, of yours.
Definitely.
So, and the same for Slavs actually. It's been quite 50-50. They lost a lot on that first push, but then Pontguard lost a lot on that second push, and I think that was actually from that rotational play that we were talking about earlier. But those hero kills definitely picked up, and it's just the slow 15-man pushes that we were talking about. Pontguard really didn't sway away from that, apart from the 1 or 2 heroes in the map.
And there
really
we
good pick
go.
from Belgrade.
Yep. Pontguard taking it against Slavs in the first game of this match. It was a really close one, though. Like both teams, really showing what their strength is. I feel like Pontguard on the finally be able to group as 15, not any opportunity for Slavs to really pull them apart. They tried to create some chaos, like they did on the A and the B point, but very strong showing from Pontguard. Xedris on the Pontguard being the MVP, followed by Jetli, Mr. Durability, Warfarfu, and Shulskeft in the top 5. And Poyap and RGI Bodyfest on Slav side being the top 2. RGI Bodyfest, he's going to contest Anya, it looks like, for hero kills. Let's see what he can do. We've got another contender here. Very exciting. That in a match that you're losing, that's very strong showing as a dual blade.
It is interesting to see them on the high kills actually on those dual blades. A lot of people actually counted that out as a lot of the damage. And you know what? Something I am not kind of acknowledging from both teams right now, looking through these stats, is the insane amount of unit damage that both of these teams' players are actually pulling out. Yep. And also the healers. Alchemists used from both sides on that game, by the way. And they actually found a lot of value kind of extending that fight on home point. So maybe teams need to start incorporating that. But looking at from that post-analysis, battle analysis, I really think the Slavs lost this by their indecisiveness after they took C.
Yeah, definitely.
There
were a few moments at that final cap where, especially Bodyfest, he was with the dual blade. He was in between the whole of Pontguard, taking out Subsicali mission, and that was the moment when I thought, oh wait, if this is the time when they push as being Slavs, that is a really good moment. But and that was just right after that was the moment where we saw a couple of Slavs player being called out, just going in too soon, perhaps, and that was, I feel like, where Pontguard took back the game and managed to scrap it out. Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the troops killed, that's 1,040 killed on Pontguard side, but 1,140
just as many, right? Yeah, just look at it was so close. Just a few purple units left at the end that were making the difference there. And